like
Well,
to come in my door anyhow, because I'm suspicious of it.
We wouldn't like coming to your door either, because as you noticed, there's not all of us are in.
I actually had one come to my door. I had one come to my door a couple years ago, and I told him I got a system I paid $1,200 for.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law put it in, and the guy says, "Well," he says, "why don't you get rid of this one that's in your house, and we'll do yours."
Yeah.
You know, so he wanted me to throw mine away, and then he was gonna. I don't know if it was ADT or who it was,
Sure.
but it was one of the door-to-door guys.
Yeah.
And
It's
I'm
probably
like,
an
get out of
ADT
here, you know.
authorized dealer. Something that they won't tell you, because they're interested in installing a new system for you. If you have an existing system in your home, there's probably about a 90% chance that we can use that system, and it may not even cost you anything to get us to monitor it for you. You know, I'm not saying that that's what you're interested in, but a lot of people sit there. They move into a new house. They see this keypad sitting on the wall. Sometimes it's lit, sometimes it's not, and they go, "Man, I bet that's really expensive." I've been to people's homes and I go, "Well, it's going to be $99," and they go, "Well, $99 a month sounds pretty good." And I said, "No, it's $99 for the system." You know, so and it's not even near $100 a month. So as I'm sure you know. So
no, about $1.24 a day, and it's worth my safety.
It's worth, simply, if nothing else, it's worth your peace of mind.
Oh yeah.
Simply having those ADT yard signs sticking in your yard is a deterrent factor right there. I mean, if you think about it, and no offense to your neighbors, but if you have a burglar that's looking at your home and he notices you have those yard signs, and you know he doesn't want to challenge a security system, he's probably going to go to your neighbor next door who doesn't have one. That's 80% of the battle right there. So the other thing that you'll appreciate is I also have some information up here on our FADE program, which is the false alarm dispatch elimination. There can be false alarms, as I'm sure you're very well aware. We try to educate our customers in methods to eliminate those. We eliminated over 1 million false alarms last year. So that is something we're very proactive about trying to do. When we come out to your house, we're simply interested in educating you, telling you what your options are, and if it's something you want to do, fine. If not, hey, appreciate your time. So, yes?
There is one plus that I want to compliment ADT on. When I first got the system, I was constantly calling like once or twice a month, test the system, go through everything, make sure it's working, because it's wireless.
Yep.
Because the one time my husband came in the door and it wasn't even connected.
Yeah.
Now, I called and they're like, you don't have to call, you know, because every, like,
3 months.
No, they told me every other day, they're constantly testing the systems to make sure that they've got the signal. That's what they told me on the phone.
What that means is, do you have a home phone?
No, it's wireless.
Yeah, well, what that actually refers to is it's a cellular communicator.
Right.
Which is a great thing. I have that at my house because, number one, I didn't want to have the bundled service through Buckeye for an extra $25 a month for a home phone.
Right.
Just to have a security system. So for about $10 to $12 a month, I have a cellular communicator built into my alarm system at home. And what it does is it sends the signals to ADT via the cell phone towers. There's no phone line to cut. There's no phone line to be disabled. There's no phone outages that I have to worry about.
They're cutting my
Period.
internet line because I think it's the alarm.
Correct. And what that actually does, my system does the same thing about 6:15 every morning because I can see it. What it does is it communicates with ADT to ensure that they're still receiving that cellular signal from the home. It does it every single day.
I like that now. I mean, before it wasn't like that.
Well, something I might recommend to you too that's kind of new, or we haven't really been very good about educating our customers. There's a website called myadt.com. You can go on there, you can put your system on test. We recommend you do that once a month and test to make sure all the components are working. It does not send a signal to ADT or the police department when it's in test mode. So you can test it, you can set the siren off, make sure everything's working right, whole 9 yards, then you can go back online, or you can call either way.
I'd rather call. I like talking to people. They're
Exactly. And our monitoring centers are 24 hours a day, 7 days a year, or 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So there's always someone there. We have multiple redundant monitoring centers. It's the same people that are going to respond to your home that respond to, say, Bank of America or wherever, you know.
Now, when the alarm
Well-
goes off, you call us, but are
Correct.
the police notified right away too?
No, they're not.
Not until you hear.
Correct. We have a call list, which is set up with you, with your salesperson. And we typically like to have at least one, if not two numbers to call prior to calling the police. If we do not get a hold of anyone, then we will dispatch police and call you again. Okay, hopefully at some point in that time, you answer and we can cancel the call.
That'd be several minutes though.
Yes.
I just want to try to get Dana on
Oh,
here
yes,
for a couple
I'm sorry.
minutes, so
If you guys
Anyway.
have any other questions, we'll be over here afterwards. Thank you.
appreciate your help there, Chad.
No